Hey Leos, how y'all doing? Welcome. We are going to be taking a look at your December through January, your Yule time general reading here. So let's get into your meditation. I saw I don't remember if he had like a specific name, but I saw the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland. And I think he was into riddles, right? And I saw him and I saw him, smoking his pipe like he does. um, and then I saw the words above his head, "What are you holding on to?" And then I saw this very heavy backpack, which I hadn't seen until that moment. It was strapped on his back, fall to the ground, and the minute it fell, he grew wings and transformed into a butterfly. Fascinating. What are you holding on to as a caterpillar that is keeping you from your metamorphosis and being able to fly? Interesting. So, your animal for this Yule season is hawk. Very, very powerful animal energy. It's air energy here, which is about vision, perspective, sight. Hawk is all about attention to details, but it also relates to the Two of Wands, which is about foundation, a focus on the foundation, planning, strategy, also understanding like what belongs in your atmosphere and what doesn't. And I feel like that is really coming up with what are you holding on to that's keeping you from being able to fly? This could be inner thoughts, this could be inner belief systems, or it could be things in your physical environment that you've outgrown or that are, acting as a roadblock or just too heavy, right? So really fascinating here. You got a major arcana of you are coming through as the Empress during this time. Highly creative, in a place of heavy manifestation. I feel like you are very clear on what you want and where you're going. I feel like you are in that manifestation magic. You're dreaming of it. You're connecting with the feeling. You're vision boarding. You're talking about it. You're, ruminating about it. You're discussing it with your, business partner or your, romantic partner. It's in the air. It's going. And it's interesting because what's coming up for me around this is when I think about if you're in this energy, the Empress, and you're focused on what you are creating within and around you. And then we have that image of the backpack falling off the caterpillar. What are you holding on to turn into that butterfly? That speaks to me of what aspects of you are keeping you from what you want. Shadow work. That's what shadow work is. In your place of advice, you have the Emperor. Fascinating. This is a very important time for you, Leo. You have the Emperor, which is that beautiful Aries energy, right? It's very much about taking ownership and mastery and responsibility for yourself, for your choices, and for your fate. That's your advice. Get your house in order. That's what the Emperor says. Get your house in order. So it's fascinating that it's coming up in this way. And I want to point out something to you. So this is you, the Empress, and look at how like full and pink and beautiful this tree is, right? And then that feminine energy of the moon, right? This is you. Your advice is the Emperor. Someone has taken a shear to that tree and has reshaped it, has trimmed all the fat. I know trees aren't fat, but has trimmed all the extras, has taken away the twigs sticking out, made it very uniform and even aerodynamic. Aerodynamic. It's in the shape of an arrow pointing a certain direction, right? And then you've got the eclipse sun here as well. That masculine energy, that high visibility. This is you. This is your advice. Streamline it. Like, what are you holding on to that is keeping you from flying? What needs to be trimmed and cut away from your tree? Okay. By the way, Yule time in the Northern Hemisphere, perfect time to be thinking these things and have these things coming up for you because it's the time of we do as nature does, right? Well, ideally anyway. We allow our leaves to fall. We embrace the darkness and the stillness and the quiet of this time. This is the time when things are going to be revealed. We are going into the time of the dreamscape. Yule time is the time for dream work where we can really actively co-create and really dialogue with our subconscious through our dreams. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful activity to do. I always do it this time of year because the dreams this time of year, like in the dark time in Yule season, whoo, it's like if you could pick up the phone and call your shadow side and your subconscious and go, hey, shadow side, what's keeping me from getting what I want? What inside of me needs to be looked at or changed or realized? And then your shadow's right there on the other side of the phone going, okay, you got a paper and a pen. That is dreams during this period. So I highly recommend you look into dream work and how to do that for yourself. There's a lot of great methods around that, okay? Now, in your place of challenge, you have the Son of Pentacles, aka the Knight of Pentacles. Fascinating. Because the Pentacles, remember, it's earth energy, rules our physical experience, about the work that we do, the money that we make, the house that we live in, where and how we live, our physical wellness, our relationship to our bodies, right? So the Knight of Pentacles comes in and goes, I'm not really in a hurry. I know that I'm going to get to where I'm going. So I'm just going to take my time and make sure that every I is dotted and every T is crossed. Right? And the natural Leo energy, that fiery energy that comes in and goes, but okay, but we got to hit certain points here. When's the fun stuff go on? And when are we going to, get from A to B? And the Knight of Pentacles goes, well, I don't know. I don't know. Because I'm putting one foot in front of the other, and I can't really think about tomorrow until I have successfully completed today. So the fact that this is coming in your place of challenge is really asking you to slow it down. Be that caterpillar in that opening meditation and take the time to tend to your own metamorphosis, because it really is about not just what you're letting go of, but really confronting any impatience within you or any, funnily enough, sometimes we can have like great resistance to what we really want. I'm speaking from experience here. It's the damnedest thing. And in my years of doing shadow work and doing shadow work with clients, the amount of times that there's resistance around what someone wants, it happens more often than not. And it's for a slew of reasons. Sometimes it's psychological in origin. They don't believe that they're worth it. Sometimes they inherited a belief that money is the root of all evil from their parents. And so even though they want financial success, they have a, rooted belief that disallows it. But this is really about taking the time to mine those inner depths for yourself. And in order to do that, you've got to take it slow and allow for yourself to really go through each step, organically taking your time in doing so. Again, tending to that tree is going to take time, getting it uniform, and then identifying what needs to be removed, identifying what wants to be let go of. This is not something that is necessarily going to happen overnight or through one meditation or through like a really good journal session. This is going to take time and consistent thought. And it's also about being open to these inspirations coming to you in any way, shape, or form, right? Making it into a dialogue, a co-creative experience. One of my favorite things to do, speaking of trees, is to go for a walk in the woods, right? There's a lot of woods, forest, beautiful, nature preserves where I live. And when I have a question, especially like, how am I getting in my own way, for example, I'll take a walk and I'll go, hey, let's dialogue. Let's dialogue, universe. Let's dialogue, nature spirits. Show up for me. What's the answer to this question? And then watch what happens. Even if nothing specifically happens in the walk, it will come to you as a result of the walk. An example. You can do your own version of this. I recommend you do your own version of this. But it's just a way of opening up and slowing down long enough to really not just ask those questions, but be in a place to be able to receive the answers, okay? And your place of victory is the nightmare key, which is really good in this context. This is 9 of Swords. This is lack of sleep. This is nightmares, worst case scenario thinking. But the fact that this is coming up in your place of victory really says to me that you are paying attention to your nightmares in a way that you are dialoguing with your shadow and what information there is for you. So when we have nightmares, I really do believe that is our shadow communicating to us from the depths of our subconscious, right? So the more that we can pay attention to them, the more that we can interview our nightmares, the better, because that is golden information, especially during this time of year. I feel like not only is there information there for you, but I do feel like it holds some key to something you're missing that is going to allow you to rearrange something in your given circumstances, whether this is mind, body, soul, circumstance, environment, that is going to open up something for you that really shifts your reality in a way that just allows you to effing soar. Okay? Now, in your place of victory and outcome, could not be better. Couldn't be better. Ace of Wands. That is a firefly illuminating the darkness. And it's in the woods. Look at that. This is about inspiration, movement, excitement, passion. This is everything that's going to come to you as a result of taking this time to trim the verge, as Gandalf said, right? Hierophant, beautiful Taurus energy here. When this key comes up, and I got to tell you something. I have been through most of the readings. You guys are in the last quarter for this round in terms of the order I recorded in. The Hierophant has come up in more than half of these readings. So it's definitely a theme of this round. But this key always says to me, I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. Everything is being divinely orchestrated for me within divine timing. Everything is working out for me all of the time. I can't mess this up. I can't make a wrong turn. I just got to follow the path and go with what feels right for me because I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. I got the keys. I'm good. Oh, I love this like Northern Lights vibe too with the polar bear. This also speaks of independence and family ties and ancestry as well. I feel like that's calling again to kind of look at some ways in which you get in your own way that might be related to family dynamics, things that you've learned or beliefs or pain. Connected to family dynamics, especially consider we're talking about the holiday season here. One or two of you might be spending time with family. It's not exactly a stretch. So it is a really good opportunity to notice those things as well as it comes up, because nobody knows us or can really get to the root of our shadows quite like our families, because our shadows are formed in our formative years. So it goes. Your Yule time oracle is solstice. Beautiful. 34. All hail the cunning truth in which it burns deep within root. Rise above the ashes and claim. The gods are awaiting your glory, your name. Oh, hello. Look at these stars, and about allowing yourself to be seen and allow yourself to have room to claim what is yours and what awaits you. There is something that is keeping you from experiencing the full fulfillment of your potential. Your mission, wonderful Leos, is to be the lions that you are, connect with that brave and courageous heart that you guys all have access to, and allow yourself to access what that is. It's a beautiful opportunity. It really, 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 really is. Solstice also speaks about, it is about the shadows, but it also speaks about allowing yourself to align with the parts of you that exist when nobody else is around, that quiet alone time as well. I think that that's a brilliant idea for you during this time, is allowing yourself to take some time on your own, away from stimuli, in the quiet. You don't have to use it to meditate. I absolutely always recommend that. But just take some time in your own space and your own energy when you're not picking up on the energy of anyone else or being asked questions or talking or watching TV or anything like that. And maybe just spend some time, doing something with your hands, like building something, making something, cooking, crafting something, where you're doing action and movement, but allow your mind to be free and open to inspiration. And then watch how easily it comes. It's right here for you, Lou. It's right here. You just got to put on your Knight of Pentacles boots and slow down and be open enough to access it. That's it. Do not overdo this season. You could miss out on an important opportunity, okay? That's it. So, having said, my beautiful lions, I so hope this helps and resonates. If so, let me know in the comments below. I love hearing from each and every one of you in the comments. I respond to all your comments. I love it. It's my favorite part of this whole deal. Thank you guys so much to everyone who sent me positive notes about the last video I posted, my This Is Me with my news. If you have not seen it yet, I ask you to go check it out and leave me a comment. Very, very excited to continue on with what I talked about in that video in the new year. And with that being said, again, just thank you so much for being here, my beautiful Leos. And most of all, and as always, thank you for being you and be well. Until next time.